Hi everyone, my name's Sophia. I am with TESS and I am the KHM support for my travel CRM. So a few of you attended the KHM boot camp this past May 2022. And so today I'd like to cover everything that was taught during that training. So we'll be covering proposals, converting proposals into a trip, itineraries, workspace extensions, converting regular trips into group trips, and vice versa. We'll cover how to create a template, how to use referral groups, and even some client campaigns. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. When you log in, you'll see something that looks a lot like this, a lot like my screen here. And so for today's purpose, we're going to start with a proposal. So you can use yourselves if you'd like as a test, just a fake trip. And you can always remove the trips later on by canceling them. So that's what I'm going to do today. And let's jump right in. So we're going to move to trip management and open up our trips. In the top right corner here, you'll see the plus sign where you can add a proposal, also known as a quote. So I'm going to start with this option. So if we go with proposal, let's say I have a client, they'd like to go somewhere during a few dates that they've provided me. And so I'm going to narrow it down for them. I got a good feel of what they'd like to do, but I'd like to give them a few different options to choose from. So this is where you would create a proposal. So we're just going to go ahead and fill this out. Vacation. I know that they'd like to go from the 12th to the 19th. And we'll call this the Boulèche Family Trip 2022. Okay. The next thing I want to do is add my travelers. So I'm going to go to the top right. I'll add myself as the primary traveler. This is generally the lead. And then I will add my partner as secondary. So now I do want to take a moment to talk about the difference between primary and secondary travelers. I've noticed that people tend to get confused with what these really mean. So a primary traveler is essentially the lead of the trip. It's the person you're communicating with and the person who's really going to be in charge of making those payments and making sure that the rest of the family is, covered. Now, the secondary traveler would be anybody else going on that trip. So in a traditional family where you have, maybe mom, dad, and a couple of kids, and if you've been communicating with mom, then mom is going to be the primary traveler. Then the husband and all of the children will be secondary travelers. Okay. This becomes really important when sending out those client portal tasks and those credit card authorization forms. The reason why we want to mark those that way is because anyone who is marked primary is going to see the information for all secondary travelers, and they're going to be able to authorize, and confirm and acknowledge all of the information for the rest of their family. Now, let's talk about secondary travelers. Let's say that you have two people that would like to share a room. So when you have two people that want to share a room, those would actually both be secondary travelers. They would not be primary travelers, okay? And the reason for that is if we were to mark both of them as primary travelers, but they want to split the room, split the fees, and all of that. So if we were to send tasks and they were both marked primary, then they would both be able to see each other's information. And we do not want them to see each other's information because they're both responsible for their own trips. Okay. So, in that situation, when you have two people who want to do a room split, who are in the same room, and you'd like to send them each their own credit card authorizations and have them pay their own way, please mark them each as secondary travelers and send them their own forms. Okay? All right, so I just wanted to clarify that and then we'll move forward. So, my client here has a couple of different things in mind. So we're going to start to add traveling packages. We're going to add a traveling package here. And the first option is going to be a cruise. So we're going to add a cruise. Here we just put in the name of the cruise. So you would have to know the name of the cruise or perhaps just, who the company is. So in this case, it would be Royal Caribbean. Okay. So we've got that in there. And then we're going to give them a general room category and the interior room, which is priced at $2,000. And we save that. Now, I want to give them a couple of room options to choose from. Perhaps they'd like a balcony room or something like that, or an ocean view. So let's go ahead and provide them with those options as well. Now, I'm not going to click Add Room Category because this would just add another category to this option. What we want to do is give them an entirely different choice. So add a room option. Again, it's going to be general. And then we give them the ocean view. So let's go find that one. And that one is priced at $2,622. And then we just give them one more option to play with. So again, adding a room option. I'm going to go general and we'll select the ocean view balcony room. Okay. There we go. And that one is $3,444. So once I have all of my options, my 3-room options, I'm happy with that. I can move on and add an entirely different traveling package, okay? So what I want to do now is add a traveling package here. This is a completely different itinerary for them. So we add a traveling package, and this time we're going to give them some resort options. So I'm going to add a resort. Now it's for the same dates, but they're pretty open to their plans. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Unico Resort. All I do is type that into the bottom there and select the all-inclusive one. So you do have to know exactly what this resort is called, and TESS will do its best to go out there and search for whatever it is that you're looking for, okay, within our data. Now here, for option 1, I'm going to go all-inclusive. Since this is a resort, I'm going to go all-inclusive, and then the room category that I'm going to choose is the Alcoba Swim Up Pool King, which is priced at $3,461. I'm going to add another room option, just like last time. So again, all-inclusive, Alcoba Oceanfront King. Okay. And that one is $4,044. And I save that. Okay. So I've got 2 entirely different traveling packages here that I am quoting or proposing to this client. Now, I also have some flights that I can include here. So let's go ahead and add those. I'm going to click Add Flight. Make sure you've got the dates correct. So my departure date is the 12th. All I need to do is put in my flight number. So that's going to be DL644. And it should search and find that flight. There it is. And that, we'll put 0 for the price there since it's included in this traveling package, okay? If it had a different price, you can put something there, but I'm going to just say that it's included in this package. And then I'm going to add my return flight, which is going to be DL643. Perfect. And put a 0 in that one as well. So I'm going to save what I have so far. And now I'd like to see exactly what this says or exactly how this shows when I send it out to my client. So anything that we send to our clients really comes from the communication tab. So we'll open that up, and from the drop down, we will select the proposal detail. I do like the one with the map, so we can open that up. And just to the right, we'll see exactly what the client is going to receive. So it's got my logo, my agent information in the header. And then as we scroll down, it shows the traveling package at a glance, traveling package number 2 at a glance. And then as we continue to scroll, it shows the first package option with a nice picture of the resort that they'd like to stay in, some room options. Okay, their checkout and then flight home. And then as I continue, traveling package 2 shows up with the full itinerary of that cruise. So 2 really good options there for my client to choose from. I can email it straight from here by clicking this blue button and sending that email. Okay, so that's how you can send a proposal